morning, everybody. My name's Nancy Thompson, otherwise known as Nature Nancy. And today, we're gonna get you outside with your classroom. We're gonna talk about the hows and the whys you should be taking your class outside. Today, we are at Bernardo Park, which is an excellent community park close to many schools. It combines great open fields, plus it also has a trail system nearby, some ponds, and an amazing cedar forest. As human beings, we like to know why we are doing something. So why should we be teaching outside? And as a teacher, you will come up with your own specific reasons. But the research shows, and our pathway findings show, that there are many, many reasons to take your students outside. It increases their focus and attention. It also keeps them motivated, and it shows that they have more enjoyment in their learning. It's very active as a form of learning, so you increase fitness, and you also increase mental health with that fitness. And during these unprecedented times, it's also a place that reduces the risk of COVID transmission. And really importantly, it gives you, the teacher, and your students a chance to have greater connection with the natural world and with each other. After decades of teaching outside, I have experienced how learning outdoors can transform students' experience of school. Before you head outside, it's important to establish some guidelines with your class based on these two principles. When outside, we need to be good to each other and good to the earth. Often the first thing they like to talk about is no littering. That is an excellent point, but it also can springboard a discussion about being kind to the earth, such as not picking things that are living and understanding that lots of creatures are sharing the habitat with us. Make sure that every day they come to school, they are dressing for the weather, because whether you teach outside or go out for recess, they need to be ready. As a teacher, make sure within your backpack is a first aid kit. After you've gone through the guidelines with your students, another way to indicate that you're going outside for learning is having some simple props that you can use. This is a deer collar, and it's just a different way to get their attention. Let's see what else I have in my bag of tricks. I have a sit-upon, and this is outdoor learning gold right here. All it is an extra large Ziploc bag with a newspaper inside. You can keep it as simple as possible just by doing this, or you can get your students to decorate something for the inside of their own sit-upon. It's an excellent way to organize your class. Let's see what else I've got in here. You could possibly get a class set of whiteboards and markers to go with them. I've got some cones to mark boundaries if I need to. Clipboards are a great thing for writing, especially if you're sitting on your sit-upon. And finally, I have a nature journal, and it can be as simple as just a coil notebook, and once again, the students can decorate their own. And don't forget your hand sanitizer. Here's a great tip. As a teacher, something pretty special happens when you allow yourself to be a co-learner with your students. You don't have to know all the answers about nature. If you discover something with the students and you don't know the answer, then you have an opportunity to look it up with them and make discoveries together. So don't be afraid to get out there in nature just because you don't know. And here's an idea of what your first outdoor lesson might look like. You could take your students for a walk. Before you head out for the walk, ask them to think of a question of something that they observed. Then in a local green space or in your yard, you go on your sit-upons in a circle and you share those questions. Make sure you record as many as you'd like. After that, you read them a story, and then everybody brings their sit-upon and walks back to the classroom. The only materials you need for that is their sit-upons, a book, and an iPad or something to write your questions on. Thanks, everyone. That was fun, and I can't wait to discover with you more ways to get your class learning outside. So long from Nature Nancy.